Being a real estate agent today is much different than it was just a couple years ago. In this video, we're going to go over some of the hard truths that you might not be hearing about this industry. My name is Chris Lynch. Welcome to my channel. On this channel, we talk about real estate, personal finance, and entrepreneurship, and we help you become the best possible version of yourself. So let's dive into the video. Okay, so let's talk about the hard truths about being a real estate agent today in 2020. So I'm gonna go over 5 different truths that you may not have heard. And the very first one is the public just don't like us. You know, the public basically thinks that we're lazy, overpaid amateurs. And the reason that we get this, reputation is because most real estate agents just don't put the work in. Most real estate agents don't study their craft. Most real estate agents don't train to be elite professionals. And that's a huge problem. You might know a real estate agent yourself that you don't take very seriously because they don't take themselves very seriously. And the barrier to entry in this industry is just super low. Anybody can become a real estate agent. It doesn't require a special degree in most states. It doesn't require much. All you have to do is go take a pre-license class and pass a simple test. So to get into this industry, it doesn't take a lot. The barrier to entry is super low, and that's why you get a lot of amateurs that just don't put the work in. They see real estate as a quick and easy way to make money, and they get into this industry, and a lot of them fail out really quickly. But it gives all of us, the ones that are putting in the work, making the effort, putting the long hours in, studying our craft so we are actually elite real estate professionals, it gives us all a bad rap because the public just sees real estate agent and puts us all into that box. So, the real estate agent that that sells 2 deals a year, the public sees that agent the same way that they see the agent that sells 30 to 40 homes a year. And that's a big challenge. Okay, so let's go into number 2. Big tech companies are trying to eliminate us. So if you know this or you don't know this, there are a lot of big real estate tech companies that are trying to eliminate us and our commission structures. So look at some of the big box companies out there. A lot of them sell us leads, a lot of them, sell us products and marketing, but at some point in time, there's speculation that a lot of these companies are really Trojan horses, and what they are doing is they're making their way into the industry, building a big bank book so that they can develop a product or service that can wipe out the majority of real estate agents. On top of that, there's a lot of commission compression going on. So these big tech companies, a lot of them are trying to squeeze their way into the marketplace by reducing their commission, reducing their fees. And this is attractive to the consumer because, again, they think that we're all the same. They don't know any better. So they look at the price structure, and if they can save themselves thousands of dollars, they're gonna give it a shot. And that's gonna get you out of the picture, at least until that company fails. There are a lot of low-fee brokerages out there. A lot of these low-fee commission brokerages essentially are going out there and they're trying to gobble up market share, and they're hoping that they can get enough market share and do enough volume so that they can produce a profit. But here's the big thing. A lot of these low-fee brokerages are backed by big money, Wall Street, things like that. So they can actually afford to operate on a profit loss for a long period of time, unlike you or me that are just small individual agents that can't run on a loss that long. So they can take a loss for many, many months, if not years, to get enough market share to become a serious threat in a market, whereas someone like you or me, we can't operate on a loss. So competing with those companies can be tough. Now, it can be done. There are so many ways to do it. You just have to basically give value. You have to add value. And if the customer sees more value in your service and you as an agent, they're going to pick you regardless of the fee. You just have to be able to show that value. So those companies, they are trying to get us out. They haven't succeeded yet. The majority of the market share is still owned by local agents like you and I. But with that being said, it's happening. These companies are actively out there trying to gain market share and trying to take over the real estate industry. So going forward, that's going to be something definitely to look into and to package into your marketing so you can combat that and overcome it. Number 3, this is a business. It's not a job. When you get your real estate license and you go to a brokerage, you must understand that you're a 1099 contractor. The brokerage isn't going to pay you a salary in most cases. You're on your own. So you have to understand, being a business, there's a higher element of risk to this. You can lose money. You can spend your time on the wrong things and not make money for months. There are all these factors that come into it. With that being said though, with risk comes reward. And because this is a business, you can make as much money as you want. If you put the hustle in, if you put the work in, it's there for the taking. So that's the positive side to this. But the other thing you have to worry about is you're running a business. You have to figure out, or you have to pair up with somebody that knows how to work numbers. You have to understand what a profit and loss is, how much money you're spending on marketing. Are you spending too much? Are you not spending enough? You have to factor in all these elements to grow, because if you're not factoring these things in, it's going to bite you in the butt at the end of the year when you don't have enough money to pay your taxes and you're flat broke. You also need to market as a business owner. You're going to have to figure out how to actually market yourself and put yourself ahead of the game. In most real estate markets, there are thousands, if not tens of thousands, of agents competing for the same clients as you. Now, there's plenty of business to go around. I'm a firm believer in that, but you must see that 90% of the agents don't get the business. 10 to 20% of the agents in any marketplace are going to be doing all the work. So you want to be able to position yourself so you're one of those agents doing the majority of the work, because 20% of the agents make 80% of the money, okay? You have to understand that, and you have to learn marketing to be able to put yourself in that position. Number 4, you won't make money fast. Becoming a real estate agent isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes time. It takes many, many years of struggle and failure to get to a point where you're making a lot of money. Now, this industry offers a ton of opportunity. Many agents have completely turned their lives around. Many agents make 6, if not 7 figures a year by selling real estate. So it can happen. It's very possible. I'm not making this video to discourage you or make you think poorly about real estate. I'm just making this video to open your eyes and tell you the hard truths that nobody told me when I started. So real estate isn't an instant success thing. It's going to take many years to become an elite professional and make the big money. But if you love the business and you're willing to put a lot of work in to become a big success, it's something that you can definitely do. But you must realize that it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of grind to get to where you need to be. You will not make money fast doing this. Actually, if we're being honest, my first year I hardly made any money. You know, from an accountant standpoint, if they just look at the numbers, I would have been better off working at McDonald's than I did my first year in real estate. So don't think that it's going to be an overnight success. Look at this as a long-term journey. Look at this as a career, as a business that you can grow over time, and put the work in. And don't get discouraged when things don't happen overnight. Number 5, stay away from negative people. Just like I mentioned, there are negative people all over the place in real estate. Inside real estate and outside real estate, you're going to find negative people, okay? The people outside of real estate, your friends, your family, your neighbors, they're going to look at you and say, oh, you start in real estate? You poor guy, I feel bad. Because they know that 87 to 90% of people in this business fail within the first couple years. So they think you're going to do the same thing. And when I first started in real estate, the same exact thing happened to me. Everybody told me, why are you doing that? And they laughed. They're like, this is never going to work. But with that being said, don't listen to them. Don't focus on that. Get around people that believe in you. Get around people that are doing this at a high level, and you will succeed. Another group of people to stay away from is the people at your brokerage or other real estate firms that are just negative. A lot of people in this business are struggling. They're not doing what they want to do. They're barely making enough money to get by. And some of those people are positive and they're grinding and they're trying to get to their goals. And by all means, if someone's struggling but they have a positive attitude, pair up with them. Feed off each other's energy. But don't get around people that are negative, that are naysayers, that have one foot out the door of this business, because they're going to drag you out the door with them. And you only want to put yourself around people that are positive and making it happen. One other tip that I can tell you when you first start out in this business is get around the major players. Anybody doing 15 to 100 deals a year, go have coffee with them. And the higher number of transactions you find a person's doing, most likely the harder it is for them to go out and spend a half an hour to an hour in a day to sit with you and talk to you about real estate. It's just going to be less likely. So if you can find someone doing 15 or 20 deals a year that's making this happen, that's making a good income, have coffee with them. Buy them a coffee. It's going to cost you a couple dollars, but it's going to put you way further ahead in this business, because that person has information and knowledge that they can share with you to help you get to the next level in your career. So make sure you spend the time with those people and make sure you're putting yourself around positive energy in this business, and you will become a success if you put the work in. Thanks for watching this video. We have more videos on real estate, personal finance, and entrepreneurship coming to the channel soon, so definitely stick around. If you haven't hit the notification bell, definitely do that. If you enjoyed this video, like it and subscribe. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you soon.